Hello, my name is Miguel, and this is the FlimsyWorks assembly. So we're going to start off by getting the wrist cuff, and this is basically going to be the fixed component for our build and what we're going to work off of. So as you can see, I just kind of pressed the check mark, that way it's set in the correct coordinate system at 0, 0, 0, aligned with the origin. And with this, we're going to grab our tubing, which we're going to add to both sides. And so we're going to want to align these with the same axis as the tube that's connected to the wrist, as you can see here. And what we're going to want to do is focus on the edge here, as you can see. And we're going to connect it to the other. This was for the inside edge. And it should give us a concentric mate, which aligns it pretty well, but still not connected, as you can see. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a coincident mate, and that's just with the two surfaces. As you can see here, I'm holding down this shift, click on this surface face, and then click on the other face, and then coincide them. And it's the same process for the other side. We're just gonna do the same two mates. There is a third one, but I'm kind of saving that one to the end. So for right now, we're just gonna focus on these two, the concentric and the coincident mate. And now we're gonna go ahead and add the pump, I believe. So again, we're gonna have to align it with the same axis as following the tubing as well as the wristband. So we're just gonna mess around with the X and Y's right for now and make sure it's aligned. And again, so what we're gonna do is focus on the edges, and so get the very edges, and we're gonna coincide their relationship. But again, it can move along that axis, so what we're gonna do is get both of the faces, and we're gonna use a coincident mate to put them together. And now it should look something like this. Okay, so now we're gonna add our wiffle ball. For this one, we're gonna put it kind of to the side for now. So, because it goes inside of a balloon, you're not really gonna be able to see at the end, but I mean, it's still gonna be there, so. Now we're gonna get our balloon, all right? This is the biggest piece. And the balloon, we're gonna have to mess with its axis. So clicking on Y's and X, we're gonna have to align it. So here again, it's aligned. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna do the same two mates we've been doing, which is a concentric and coincident. Okay, you can see here how the ball moves. We're gonna lock it in, I guess you could say, at the end. Okay, so the way to get the wiffle ball in the correct position, what we are gonna do is, the easiest way I found to do this was moving the ball outside of the inflated ball. At first I put it inside the inflated balloon, but that means it could be anywhere, right? So what we're gonna do is select the surface of the balloon, and we're also gonna select the surface of the ball. And there, you can already see that it went into place with a concentric mate. Our build does actually have a little clamp And this is actually for the balloon with the tube, just to make sure that it stays in place, because you don't want the balloon flying away. So we're gonna go ahead and grab the clamp and mess with its axis again, so that way it's lined up. As you can see, we have it in the same direction, and we're gonna click the inside of the clamp and the surface of the tube and concentric the mate. So now once you have it in this spot, we want to kind of keep it towards the edge here, right? So what we're gonna do is create another mate, obviously, and we're gonna choose the surface of the clamp as the first face, and as for the second face, we're gonna choose the surface of the tube. And after locking it, as you can see, it doesn't move from that position. What we're gonna focus on now is making sure these parts don't move. As you can see, that pump just rotated. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna create a mate. And with this mate, we're gonna focus on choosing planes instead of surfaces. So what we're gonna wanna do is go underneath the pump tab, since we're gonna focus on doing the pump. Alright, so now once we have our pump section open, we're gonna choose the front plane for this scenario. And then we're gonna choose the top plane. And for this, we're gonna go with a perpendicular mate. So as you can see here, the clip still moves. I believe I took off its lock mate here in this instance, but that was just to kind of check up on the clip. We're gonna put that back. And here it's kind of the same thing. We're gonna choose the top plane for the front plane for the actual clamp, and the top plane of the whole assembly. And we're gonna use a perpendicular mate just so that this clip won't move. And as you can see here, it does not rotate anymore. So now we focus on the actual balloon, and this is going to be the same process for the tubing as well. Just because it's a little harder to see that it can actually rotate, what we're just going to do is grab the front plane and then the top plane, and we're just going to use either perpendicular is preferable or parallel, just so that way the items don't rotate along the axis that they're on. So now as you can see, so for this one we basically just got one finger hole, and we just copied and pasted it 5 times, and we just kind of aligned it here. I'll show you how I did the left. The one on the very left, you can kind of see that it's a different orientation, and I'll show you how I did that. So we're gonna use the rotate component. So to use this feature, you're gonna have to highlight your whole piece. As you can see, it turned blue here. And then we're gonna switch to rotate, and it'll be the first pop-up. And with here, we're gonna use the free drag. I do remember there's a different way to do this, but I just could not think of it at the time. And what I did here is I kind of just kept rotating my mouse until it kind of fit in place. As you can see there, it's pretty well fit. So I just kind of left it there. And that's what I did with the rest of the pieces. You know, I just kind of rotated them and they just fit in place. But there is an easier method that I remember I did back then, but I don't know what happened to that method. And with that, we will have to lock these finger holes in place using 5 lockmates. Now I can go through the process of showing you that, but I think we'll just leave it here. And after all that, you're gonna have the full assembly of our project.